Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and greetings to my fellow friends and madam. So today I would like to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of linear regression. Linear regression offers several key advantages that makes it a popular method in statistical analysis and machine learning. First, it makes efficient use of data, meaning good results can be obtained even with relatively small data sets. It's especially useful for prediction and is most effective when the relationship between variables is approximately linear. Additionally, many real-world processes are linear, so regression analysis often models them well. Another advantage is that it can incorporate a large number of observations, which improve the accuracy of the model. It also provides a more reliable approach to forecasting using a technique known as the least squares method. The least square method is a mathematical technique used to find the best fitting line through a set of data points in linear regression. The goal is to minimize the sum of the squares of the vertical distance, called residuals, between the observed values, or what we call the actual data points, and the predicted values points on the line.
Another advantages are, first, gives a definitive line of a best fit. The regression process produces a single, specific straight line that best models the relationship between the independent variable x and the dependent variable y. Next, it will produce good forecasting result. This is because the best fit line will minimize the difference between the actual and predicted values of the dependent variable. Next, it will help find relationship. Linear regression will show how one thing changes when another thing changes. Lastly, it was quick to calculate. It's not complex, so it can be done fast using formulas or software, which is y equals to a plus bx.
Now, let's talk about the disadvantages of linear regression. First, linear regression assumes there is a straight line or linear relationship between the independent and dependent variables, but in real-world scenarios, relationships are often more complex and non-linear. Second, it usually involves only two variables in simple linear regression. This means it can miss other important factors that affect the outcome. Another issue is that it assumes the trend from historical data will continue in the future, but in reality, patterns can change over time. Also, linear regression models are not reliable if the correlation between the variables is weak, meaning the model won't make accurate predictions. Next, the model is sensitive to outliers. A single extreme data point can pull the regression line and affect the result significantly. And finally, it can oversimplify complex relationships, especially when used inappropriately. This can lead to misleading conclusions.
That's all from us. Thank you.